dressed inappropriately.
Inappropriately?
Yeah. At least for outdoors. Alright, so we didn't cover where we were staying in the tour video because we think this place needs a whole video all to itself. So when we were looking to purchase raw land, when we realized that we couldn't find a farm and that we couldn't find a house with acreage, we started looking into raw land. We had a couple different options. One of our options was a yurt or possibly even an RV, and those two would require a significant investment to purchase either the RV or the yurt and get it set up, get our system set up as far as solar panels and or some sort of electricity, some way of having some sort of water, and it might require even having the septic put in or even having some sort of well put in if we were to go that route. But the other route was finding some piece of raw land that already had some sort of cabin or trailer on it. And so that was the better option because we knew that there was going to be systems already in place for that, and it would allow us to transition to the property quicker. So when we were looking for property, that was a key factor in finding raw land, and that's what we found. So what we ended up getting was a piece of property. As I said, it's about 20 acres in the foothills of Appalachia, and on it is a little old trailer that has been sort of converted into what we call the camp, because it's more like a hunting camp. And we'll give you a quick tour as soon as I get this laundry hung.
How was that shower?
No, it was actually horrible.
Why?
Because it was really warm. Like, I scolded to death. Like, I swear I got burnt. And then it got really cold to the point where I had to get out. It was horrible. And I could only clean myself in that small half-second transition between the hot and the cold.
So the hot water heater runs on a specific amount of water pressure. It needs a minimum amount of water pressure in order to kick on the burner to heat the water. And there's not a ton of water pressure up here, and you can't be running like the sink or anything else to like drop the pressure to the faucet or whatever it is you're using that you want hot water coming out of. So Marina was taking a shower and she had hot water, and then the pressure dropped, the boiler turned off, and then it was icy spring water.
It's not funny.
Who did this?
What?
Him.
This.
What is this?
It's a person that's still inside of their laundry.
Aww.
Alright, let's go in. I'll give you a tour. Alright, so this is our small 600-foot trailer that we're living in. We definitely had to downsize quite a bit to fit everything on the property. We'll show you some other storage options that we have in a little bit. But for right now, let's give you a tour of the place. This is our living room. And this is wet-headed Marina, who just got out of the shower. My Christmas tree that we switched over to all LED lights. And guys, I didn't clean for you, so I mean, you get what you get. You guys want real life, this is real life. We just moved in a week and 1 day ago, so we haven't had time to organize very much here. So this is what you get. This is our workstation for editing and charging station. Like we said in the first video, this place is heated with a wood stove, and when this thing gets rocking, this place gets to be about 83 degrees in here. So this little thing puts out a good amount of heat. It really keeps us nice and toasty. And we do have the propane heater in the back if for some reason this wouldn't work. This is our kitchen setup. We do have a regular standard refrigerator. This is our biggest problem right now because when the compressor kicks on, this thing sucks a whole lot of power, and so it's something that we are going to need to solve because this tends to kick out in the middle of the night, and then we have to run the generator to recharge the batteries to get it to cool down again during the day. It never really drops to any dangerous levels, so all the food in there is still safe throughout the night. I know a couple people are going to comment about that, but it is something that we are going to need to figure out. We have a little propane stove here with an oven. This thing is amazing. It's super tiny and it like works really, really well. It's super efficient. We just made some scones this morning. So this is our little sink. As Jeremy said in the first video, the water comes from a spring that's down over the hill. There's a submersible pump and a little spring box down there, and it pumps the water up. We do have hot water on demand because we have a hot water heater, an on-demand hot water heater outside. And because we are on spring water, we do filter our water, and this is our Berkey filter. A lot of you guys have heard of Berkey before. It's something that we went with. Now the Berkey filters can be quite expensive. Ours is a scratch and dent. We have like a couple dings and dents on this particular unit, but it doesn't affect the quality because the filters themselves still work really well. It's just superficial, and so far that's where all of our potable water comes from. As you can see, I don't have any shelving space around here. We threw this little fold-out table in here just to kind of have some sort of kitchen space, counter space, and everything else is in boxes on the floor. Hopefully we can get Jeremy to build me some sort of L-shaped countertop in here with some storage underneath. Not really a priority right now. This is functional and it does work. It's not pretty, but it does work for us. And right now there's a lot of snow out there, so it's kind of hard to build some things. And yeah, so this is what you get. Take you down the hall and I'll show you the kids' room. This is the girls' room. We have bunk beds in here because there's not much space. And because this is a temporary shelter for us, a temporary living space for us, I gave them free reign to do and decorate however they want in their room, and you can see their beautiful artwork that they did. This is Marina's up here, her Totoro and her sprites on the wall. And down here behind the door is Alari's little kitty. And she's tucked up under here with her little light.
I am drawing a cute fox, and here's what I'm working off of.
So everyone wants to know, like, for reals, what you think about moving out here. Like, for real, for real.
I think it's just really different from my dad's house. Here you have to, like, get your own stuff, heat up your own house with the wood heater, and at my dad's you can just click a button and you have heat in your house.
What about showers?
I don't know. At my dad's house you can have, like, as long showers as you want, and it's like you can do warm, hot, or cold. But here it's like either really hot or really cold.
Really, your spring water. No, do you like it out here or no?
I do really like it, and we do get a lot of snow, so.
Yeah, you don't get this kind of snow down at your dad's, huh?
No, it's not even snowing up there right now.
What do you not like about it?
Down here?
You're up here. What do you not like about living here?
Oh, showers. I don't like hot showers and then immediately cold showers, or really cold showers and then really hot showers.
What about the outhouse? Do you like that? We do have an outhouse, but we also have a regular bathroom. Let me show that to you. Alright, so this is our teeny tiny one bathroom. You can see we have a washer in here. Yes, we do our laundry with a washer. We don't have to use a bucket or anything, because when the generator's on, it will power this, and that's really, really good. We do have a shower, like we said, on-demand hot water, toilet. I mean, we probably, with the spring box, we probably get like one good flush. We do follow the rule, if it's yellow, let it mellow. So, you know, we do have to not flush all the time. We are a bit conservative with the water up here, just because, you know, we have only such a strong flow rate going into that well box, and it only fills up so much and so fast. And again, we have to have the generator on to pump the water up here right now, because our system isn't quite sized to have that flush on demand, which is actually kind of good because we are learning a lot about conservation. So That's the toilet, shower. Take you into our room. So this is our tiny, I guess you would call it the master bedroom. Now I have to premise this by saying I think it's really creepy when people show bedrooms to the public. I think they're very private spaces. But for one time only, this video I'm showing you guys because I know you're curious as to what the space looks like in this tiny trailer. So this is the master bedroom. It's light and bright and airy. We do have a queen size bed that barely fits here in this room, but it does fit. And right now we don't have a bed frame. It's something that Jeremy's going to have to build at some point, but having the mattress on the floor works just fine. And we do have closet space and it functions just fine. Right outside the master bedroom, in this little hallway here, is the back door that leads out to the generator and the on-demand hot water heater. So this is kind of also a secondary escape route for fires or anything like that. But that's our secondary door, and I'm pretty sure these curtains came with the very original trailer, but I might just leave them. I think I'm gonna leave them here. Let's go talk to Marina. So you're happy as long as you have internet, right?
Yeah. And the fire. Without that, I literally want to move out.
So what do you think about the place? Everyone wants to know what you really honest thoughts are of moving out here.
I mean, I really like it out here because it's like a remote area and there's no one, just like no neighborhood. You can't like wake up in the middle of the night to like loud booming music from the neighbors or I don't know, a kid screaming or something like that. It's just quiet, except for maybe like a deer or an owl.
And the generator outside.
And the generator. I mean, this house, I like it, but it's really small. From someone who has a top bunk.
That's right, you do hit the head on your head on the ceiling.
Yeah, I did last night. I woke up and my head hit the little shelf.
Oh, I told you that was gonna happen.
And I like it out here as long as like the fire's running.
So in the summer you won't like it?
In the summer I'll hate it probably. I will hate it, but I like how it snows up here. Haven't seen snow in a long time.
So yes, we are in a teeny tiny place. So what happened to all of our stuff? Some of you guys who've been following us for a while know that the house that we lived in was a lot bigger than this. It was actually 1,800 square feet on the first floor, and then we also had a finished basement that was almost 1,000 square feet, and we had a full-size pantry in the basement. So what happened to all of our stuff? Well, most of the stuff we sold. We sold off all of the plasma TVs. Obviously those aren't going to do very well on a generator. We sold off our large couch, which isn't going to fit in here. A lot of our large bulky furniture, king-size bed, that kind of stuff. All of that we sold, and we kept only what we needed here. What happened to the pantry? Let me take you outside and I'll show you where our food pantry is. Alright, out here's our pantry. So one of the very first problems or issues that came up when moving to raw land was what to do with the pantry. In particular, since we were at the very start of winter, we didn't know where to store everything to keep it from freezing. When this property came with this little shed on it that was used for tractors and garden supplies. And so the very first thing we did when we moved out here was to insulate this shed with R13 insulation to try and keep the inside contents from freezing. Alright, let's go in. Believe it or not, our entire food pantry we were able to fit inside of this tiny shed. We were able to get the 2 shelves in here, and we lined all the shelves with all of our canning goods. Now, because we don't know how these are going to do out here in the winter, I mean, so far they are not freezing. The temperature is staying above freezing inside of here. But because we don't know how these are going to do, I have not been canning, so I'm not going to add to the problem until I know exactly how these are going to get through the winter. On top of that, as we start to get into spring and summer, when we start building, I'm going to have a whole other set of problems with jars being too hot, and that's something that we haven't solved yet. Might just end up having to put in a root cellar before we even start building the house, just to make sure that our canned goods stay safe. But this is our food pantry. Alright, so what about the rest of our stuff? As you guys know, Jeremy had a lot of tools, a lot of workbenches, and we also had a lot of garden supplies. What do we do with all that? Well, that was another big problem that we needed to solve before moving to raw land. And our solution to that was a storage container. So what we ended up doing was purchasing a 40-foot storage container. We got a truck to haul it up here, which required a little bit of help from Jeremy to actually get it up the hill. But I'm going to take you over to our 40-foot storage container and we'll show you the rest of our stuff from our house. This is for deer. Alright, so here's our 40-foot storage container, and it's pretty dark in here, but this is where we keep the rest of our supplies. And right now, everything is just kind of stuffed in here because we haven't had a chance to organize anything yet. Like we said, we just have been out here a week now, even though we were able to access the property before we actually purchased it. And we're going to talk about that in another video. But we didn't have a lot of time to organize things, so everything's just kind of stuffed in here for right now. But this is going to end up being part storage and also Jeremy's workshop. So that's the rest of our stuff. And finally, the chickens. I'll take you over and show you these guys. This is their first snow and they are not happy. Hello, chickens. You're not going to come out today? You don't like snow? It's been like 3 hours and they have not come out yet. I did put some water inside their coop, which will help prevent it from freezing. But just in case they don't decide to not come out all day, they at least have some water. As far as their food, they do have food, but they're gonna have to come out for that. Oh, I got an egg. One egg. I am just so happy to be out here. I've lived in small apartments, I've lived in McMansion homes, I've lived on all different kinds of properties, and this by far is my favorite place I have ever lived. It's just beautiful out here and I absolutely love the little trailer. It's a little hard to explain, but having a family and when you're living in a large house, everyone kind of can go off into their own rooms and have their own space, but that also creates some sort of separation with everyone. In this little place, everyone's kind of all together. We all kind of sit down on the floor and on the couch and have dinner together. It's not like sitting at a formal table. Everything is just very relaxed and comfortable and cozy is the way to put it. It's very, very cozy and I just love it. And even though I'm looking forward to building our own place, our own little cabin up on the hill, I really like this little trailer, and that's our tour. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you guys like this kind of stuff, stay tuned because we're going to be giving you tours of all of our systems, our water, how we generate power, some of the different issues that we have and how we're going to resolve those, and just daily life as it unfolds. So stay tuned. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.